Good afternoon, Mr. Tyler. I'm glad you came in here to talk to me. I kind of wanted to go over some things with you. Um, we had gave you a paper about 5 days ago about where did you want to be as far as the program, what were your plans after the program, and you kind of had some unanswered questions. So I want to bring you in my office to kind of talk to you about the program that we have, just in case you're interested in it. What we have is called transitional housing, and that's after the residential treatment. You've been here for 5 days, so I don't want to wait until the 13th or 14th day to try to get a plan in place for you. We want to be able to talk about the program that we have here that is geared to help those that come from residential treatment that are not ready to go out and kind of go out into society. They're kind of might be homeless or jobless or anything, and there's other ways that we can try to help you besides just putting you out on the street. You did come here through the courts, and the courts do pay for 28 days of of transitional treatment. And what that is you'll be in a dorm. We have semi-private and we have regular dorms where you'll be with other guys who have completed the 14-day program. Have you heard anything about the program from anybody?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, what it is that you'll be with the others that, like I said, complete the program, and during that time, you will go to different phases, different levels of program. When you first graduate, you'll have a curfew. You'll have classes that you have to complete, just like the classes you go to now, the NA, the CA, the AA meetings. Those meetings will still be mandatory. You will have a sheet where you go in and you sign in, and you will be required to have so many hours of the IOP training, of the training, so that you can go out. Once you start completing what is asked of you in your treatment program, then you'll be able to stay out later, be able to go look for jobs. But when you first transition over there, you will spend a lot of time in classes just to continue to go over your steps, 12-step programs, in order to be able to help you to be able to get this program and stay in recovery. There's a lot of rules over there now. Over here in residential treatment, you can't go outside, but once you go over to transitional, you're allowed to go outside. They give you smoke breaks, and you'll be able to. Lunch is still provided, and within those 28 days, because the state pays for the 28 days, it's hopeful that you will get a job so that you can pay for it after that. Because after that, it's $80 a week to live in the facility. You still have the you are still able to do laundry. You're still able to do those type of things, so you won't have to go away to do it. But it's living in a dorm with other guys, and what it does is it kind of forms a group of people that will help you during your recovery process. Instead of sending you somewhere where there's a lot of addicts, you'll be somewhere where there's recovering addicts, what will help you as far as your classes, and if you're feeling distressed. And also there's a grief counselor. You'll be able to still see a counselor. You'll be able to talk to other members of the faculty to be able to help you through this difficult time. So I really want you to consider that. And I know you have family at home, and I know you probably want to be at home with your parents, but this might be a better program for you because you will continuously work on your recovery with classes, and then with your curfew being 4 o'clock, then it'll go to 6 and it'll go to 8. So it kind of transitions you back out into society, which I think will be great for you, and you still get your services. So I would like for you to consider doing that instead of going back home, because sometimes the home environment is not a good environment, and until you build enough strongness, enough inside of you to be able to cope with this, since this is your first time in treatment, I think that you should be able to stay, and you will be able to be around other people that might be able to give you knowledge. So if you could, I've got these brochures for you. I kind of want you to look over them, and you just let me know within the next couple of days and we will fill out the application because there is an application process. You fill out the application, and then we will give it to transitional housing, and they'll go over your application. You'll interview with them, and they'll see if it's a good fit for you. But I actually think, as being your counselor, I think the transitional housing would be a great fit for you. And I know I've done a lot of talking and kind of put a lot on you, but I kind of just want to, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I just want to kind of make sure you kind of get the gist of the program. So do you think it's something that you think you might be interested in staying here in the facility in the transitional housing?
I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused on where to go. Do you have any suggestions?
Any more suggestions?
Yes.
Well, the only other suggestion would be going home, but I don't suggest that. I suggest that you stay here. You have a lot of other options in case you want to go to another program. There is another Salvation's Man program down on Washington Street, but the suggestion that I would say would be a best fit for you would be the transitional housing. And because it's paid for almost a month, I would say try it. You still have to follow rules, and there'll be drug tests, random drug tests if they suspect. There's a lot of things that go over there, but it kind of holds you accountable for your actions when you're over there. And that way you just kind of transition smoothly to back to your residence. So if you want to take the time to think about it for a day or two, and I'll let you get in contact with your parents, and maybe you can discuss it with them and ask them kind of tell them about the ideal, because they might like for you to do that also.
Okay, I'll have to do that.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about it in a day or two, and I appreciate you coming in here, and I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, Mr. Tyler, please do not hesitate to stop past my office.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.